Anklets and earrings, anklets and earrings. Hi, everybody. It's Willow, and welcome back to my beautiful bead journey. So, on the last film, it got cut short because of some mishaps, some misalignments, but that's okay. Those things occur. So, we are going to attempt to do it again. But first, before we do, I want us to take a moment to call ourselves to center, to call ourselves home. So, a couple of deep breaths. And here we go in one, hold, and two, hold. Call yourself center, call yourself to home. So we're going to pick another card, and this card is Origins. Remember your roots. Origins, remember your roots. Remember where we've come from. And let us replant ourselves to grow. Okay, so I had showed you where I had made a mass amount of these bracelets. So I think this video is going to be a little bit of a cleanup. I showed you where I made a mass amount of these bracelets, but I think I didn't show you where I took them from there. So I made these, I'm sorry, these are not bracelets, these are anklets. Then I jumped back on here and I showed you how I made these earrings. So we're going to be doing some catch up on a little bit of both. I'm not too happy about the earrings, and the reason being is because, hold up a sec. I'm not too happy about the earrings, and the reason being is because the way the film got broken. So I have a few of these left. I have more coming in from Amazon, but this is what I think I have right now. So we're going to use these. I don't know if I have more in my finding box or not. Oh, should I need them? I do. I have a few more, but only should I need them. I think we may have enough here. So some of these are already done, and then some are not. So I'm going to pick them up and shake out the ones that are not. And that's going to, let me see which ones are and which ones aren't. All right, I think those ones are not. So I done all of these by hand, and what I went and done is I went ahead and put on the crimper and the crimp cover, but that's where I left it. And now that's where I come in to working with this, my ring, and this tool. So I'm going to begin by taking some jumper rings and putting it on here. I am going to put these in my store in Homosassa. It's a little bit, Homosassa is a beachy town. We got Crystal River, all of the natural coast, so yeah, you see a lot of that there. Then I'm going to put one on the other end. This one has that cute little purple turtle. And I'm not using great big jumper rings because I don't want the findings to overtake them. Sometimes I have to feel where, and these ones don't do me justice at all. Then I'm going to hook this through here, and I don't need to put on, I just need to close it. Perfect. Then fasten it, and that's it. There is, all of the anklets are about 10 inches, plus this adds an inch, so they become 11 inches, and that is perfect for an anklet, unless you like your anklets real tight around your ankle. If you like that little bit of a drape, then this is the perfect size, and I like the drape. I do. I like that drape. Something else I did want to check on real fast. I want to put these in here for a second and see if this doesn't save me just a little bit of, where are the cutters? Heartache here. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to take a couple of these out. These are the ones that originally came with these, and I never used them. And I have more of these coming. They'll be here on Saturday. Remember when Amazon was next day delivery and now it's like 4 days out? Killer, isn't it? It's no different than any of the other premium services now. Oh well, it is what it is. Life gets busy. It is what it is. It still beats something to go out and try to fight for. Most of the stuff I order is late at night because that's where I find I have a little bit of time to myself. That snaps right back in there. Do you see that? Love how that does that. Then I just hook it. So I'm going to go ahead. How many of these do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 9. And something's telling me something's coming up short on one. I don't know. We'll figure out when we get to that point, I suppose. It's nice when they're already open and all you got to do is just put them on. I quit earlier today and went in because it got so blaming hot here. But it's Florida and this is only June. Can you imagine what July, August, and September is going to be like? October too, but then in November it really starts cooling down. And that's when I love to be out here. The November, December, January, February gets really cold. Sometimes January does too, but not December. We call December December spring because it's just like the springtime. But I don't miss those cold, snowy days in Ohio. You started getting cold along around October and you didn't warm back up until May came. It froze straight through the winter. No, I don't miss that. I promise you, I don't miss that. And I like Florida. I really do. The only thing I miss about Ohio, other than my kids and my grandkids that stayed there, well, they're all grown, married, has their own families, is dirt. Ohio had dirt, nice, black, rich dirt. And in Florida, you live in a sand pit. It's like all of Florida is a golf course, and where the houses are located is sand pits. No, I don't know, but sometimes that's what I feel like because that's all it is around me. It's just, well, it is. That's what it is. Florida is nothing but sand, sand and sea coal, and everything that wants to kill you. The earth will open up underneath you. The crocodiles, the bears, the poisonous spiders, the poisonous snakes. There's even some poisonous tree here in Florida I heard about. You don't want to stand under it because if its sap falls on you, I gotta look that back up. I heard about it when we first moved here 5 years ago, and I looked it up, and I thought, Lord, I'm not going in any woods. And now I can't even remember what it was or where it's at. Still not going in any woods though. No, me and the woods don't get along that well. Oh, just depends. I don't go into the deep woods, no. But the outer edges, I have. And then places that aren't woods that other people would never call woods. Look at that. Didn't I tell you there is a mishap? This does not have. Ooh. What can I do for this? Let me think. Do I have half shells here? So you know the ones I prefer. I'll show you. So you know the crimp covers that I prefer. Let me get this back on here. The crimp covers I prefer are these. These close this way. You slide them onto your thread and then you just close them this way. Clamshell, but these are also clamshell. But the way these work is for mishaps like this. You just get the thread to go down into the groove, the wire, and then it comes up around it. The only thing is you got to make sure you really get that seated in there. And I hardly ever have that much. It's the reason why I don't use these, only for when I need to, because I hardly ever have that luck. But I still like to use this tool to help me get it closed. Now see, that's closed. And look, I'm just not crazy about the half shell as much as I am the overcast. I don't know. To me, this is a half shell, but now it's fixed. You really can't tell the difference. They're pretty much the same. It's just this is not the one I prefer. See, you really can't tell any difference. I just like this one. I guess it's preference. See, at the time when I started making jewelry and I was putting on the crimp covers, I had the larger crimps and they were different. I didn't know about these kind of crimps here. The crimps I knew about were the ones where you had to fold. They looked like a staple. And you had the bottom and then two ends, so it was like this. Then you had to fold this one over, then you had to fold this one over, and that's what secured it. And I could never get it right. And so then I would use these and use them on thread and tie them. Well, I didn't use these. I used the over because I could get it tied tight, then take the over. Oh, I forgot to take the over, or the half shell as I call it, and just put around it and secure it. But then I got introduced by watching another YouTuber way back then. Then I got used to seeing the other crimpers and looking them up and finding them. And yeah, that was a game changer. And now that's all that I use. And I'm going to tell you that thread wire, that thread that we used on the other video when we made the first anklets, I have more of that coming to make bead ropes with, for when I just want to make bead ropes and I don't want to put something like this in the middle. And those work good. That will be perfect. So I have some more of that coming. Since you've seen, my spool is very much almost empty. I have created so much with that. From bracelets to anklets to chokers, oh, you name it. I have created so much. For 2 stores too. There we go. And we only have a couple left, and I want to get on to earrings. Hey, if you're still with me, way to go, champ. I appreciate it. If you've moved on, I understand. But we're hanging out and we're having a little bit of a chat. Perfect. So the journey is still sitting out front and it still has that transmission in it. The Dodge Journey is sitting out front. It still has a transmission in it. It was picked up yesterday. It was supposed to have been dropped off yesterday. That was a delay. It was supposed to go in today, and it's another delay. It's got to get out of that car tomorrow because while it's just sitting in our driveway, my husband has to use my car. And yeah, so we really just need to get that transmission out of there and put into the Camry. That Camry has been a double car. Another double car. The first double car was the Hyundai. No, what is it called? It wasn't a Hyundai. Yeah, it was. It was a Hyundai Santa Fe. That is the double car. Um, we bought it off a secondhand car lot, my son's, and we could never get title. It went through two 30-day tags. We drove around on the dealer's tag for a while, and they couldn't get it figured out. Well, it was a dealership that had it, that put it to auction, and they hadn't released the title. And they need to release the title. That car burned oil. You'd be driving down the road. All of a sudden, this very thick, nasty plume of blue smoke would come out of the rear end. And my husband got pulled over twice on account of it. Once with the mechanic in it, where they was trying to figure out what was going on with it. And then they thought they got it fixed. And yeah, so everyone thought it was fixed because it was using oil like crazy. And then this crazy smoke was coming out. So everyone thought it was fixed. And so him and I went on what was supposed to be a 4-day trip. It wound up being a 2-day trip, half day coming back, so 2.5 day. We lost the rest of what we paid for the hotel room, but at that point I didn't care. I just wanted to get home. So we drove up there thinking the car was all good. It done great going up there. Next morning he checked the oil because remember that's what the problem had been. And for a trip, we were only an hour and a half, 99 miles from our front door. And the next one, he had put in 2.5 quarts of oil. 2.5 quarts of oil. And it wasn't on the ground. That thing had burned. And how in the world it burned 2.5 quarts, I don't know. But yeah, we came home. I told him to park that thing, take it back out there to my son's lot, park it and leave it. We were done with it. We will cut the loss. But I told him when he got that car and brought it home and he pulled it into the yard, I looked at that car and the look on it. That car in the front just looks so mean. And I told him, I looked at it and I said, "Ooh, why do you look so evil?" I said, "You're like a devil car." And that's what it turned out to be. And so we got back and we decided along around March that car was going to be gone. And so my son said, "Well, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you credit on it, and then we're going to go after this really nice Camry. But you'll need a few thousand more." So we did that. We went after the Camry. And when we got the Camry, we found out the transmission was blown. Yeah, can you believe that? So now we have this car. Let's move on to these earrings. I want to make some more of these. These ones are designed. These ones are designed and these ones are sporadic. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think the sporadic ones are more fun than the designed ones. So that's what I'm going to focus on. I just need to make a few more pair. So let me get this over here and I want to make sure this is centered. I think in the last video it may have been, yep, right there. So I don't want to move that. And I got my wire. And we need 19 beads on here. So We had been looking for a transmission for this thing ever since. We was going to get a remanufactured one, and they said it would take 2 weeks. Well, what took 2 weeks went into a month. You know, that was ridiculous. And then, we found this one, and then it came back that it had problems. And then we found another one, same thing. Then there was one that we could actually just go and pick up. They never get back a hold of us. And we try and we try and we try. And that turned out to be a blessing because we was told the wrong size of transmission to get. So finally, we get the right size transmission. The transmission we was told to get was for the 3.5 liter instead of the 2 something another liter engine. How many do we have? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. And uh, so we finally get the right one. Monday comes, he puts a deposit on it. They call him yesterday and tell him he can come and pick it up. So he goes yesterday and picks it up. But the garage we're supposed to be dropped at isn't open. So it's stuck in our car. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And so it's stuck in our car in the back of the journey. And then it was supposed to have been dropped off today. And things have occurred where it still cannot be. So it's still in the back of our car. So I told, after we're in June, when you see this, it's going to be way later. It's probably going to be in February. But um, I think I'm going to put this one as seafoam green at the top. So sometimes I make videos and I just schedule them out so I can have them as a fill-in for when I'm not able to make videos. I can just take one of those from private and schedule it in. 2 coming out, or is 1? Okay, perfect. I like that. So that is where we currently are. My journey is sitting out front with a transmission for a Toyota Camry in the back end of it. It's just sitting there weighing it down. Well, it's not really weighing it down. The Journey is a 7-passenger vehicle, so it can handle that weight. If you just put 4 people, 4 adults in there, that's over 400 pounds, and that thing only weighs 3 something, so I think we're ahead of the game. But we're waiting for the garage to say that they have cleared out the one they was working on, and that now can take the other one in, and that one can go out there. Whew, that's what we're waiting on. And I will be so glad when we get there. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to hook the earring onto this. I might need to turn on my light. I'm having a little bit of a difficulty seeing here. Wondering if I could have him to move the light back a little bit. I can. So I might call him out here to do that. Yeah. So you might hear him out here. I'm afraid of pausing and turning off again. So there's that one. Then I'm going to clip these. Awesome. It's only 5 o'clock here on June. And I tell you, you would think it was like rollback time. Awesome. And that's all I'm going to do with this right now. until I get it hung, until I put it on a wire. So I'm going to just set that aside. I think I am going to pause for a minute and see if you can come out and move that back and turn the light on. So just bear with me for a few more moments, okay? Okay. It's so hard to see if they're as tall as I have to have that camera. I just hope this got it. So I can see now. So we need 19 of these. So we were supposed to go on a trip yesterday, today, and tomorrow, but it got canceled due to this bit with them. But there'll be other times. There'll be other times. So I told him, I said, if something isn't done with this card by the end of June, because mind you, with the Hyundai, we went from November. The car was just taken out here a week ago. So from November all the way up to the end of May or the beginning of June itself. And it's gone. So grateful it's gone. That demon car is out of here. And since that demon car left, things started going back the way they should. Like mishaps, misalignments. And so where was I? So so because his car was down and he had no car, he kind of like had to use my journey. And he always had my journey, which I don't mind really. But that left me with no transportation. Now he does do 90% of the driving, so it's understandable, but still. So I tapped into my rainy day retirement fund and I bought me a Toyota Corolla. Not a brand new one, it is secondhand, but it's all I need because I just more or less put pretty well around here. You hear noises in the background, that's neighbors. So, okay. What do we have here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and let me recount those. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's 19. That's coming off. Take these back down. Look at there's some still on the rope, so that's fine. Take these down to there and clip this. Count twice, make mistake once. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And what color did I use? I used the that is not seafoam green. I think that's this. It is. There we go. Now we're going to put on the crimp. You want to know what's funny? I just filled them crimps the other day. I have used a lot of them, these crimp covers. I'll fill them again. I have more of them coming in on Saturday too. When I notice I'm starting to get low, I fill it back up pretty quickly. Where'd that one go? Perfect. You're going to hear all the neighbors out, all the crazies out screaming. I have one on each side of me. Not right next to me, but further down. But what can you say? It's the reason why my channel says for adults only. Not intended for kids. I would want no kids to hear that. Hey, but when people owns their home, what can you say? Wish people just had a little bit more respect for themselves at times. So, did you see how I made this pair? Or did I talk too much and not go through the illusion? Okay, let's do another pair. See how pretty those are? They're just pretty earrings. Why does it look like this is not the same? But it is. Did I goof? Tell me I goofed. Tell me you goofed without telling me you goofed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I did not goof. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I did not goof. They must just be bigger earrings. Might just be the coloring. I don't know. We'll see. So we already have some on here. We've got 3, 6, 7. So I'm going to put 18 on 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, you can't see it, but one of them little Florida lizards on my deck got inside my screen porch. Probably to get over there around my flowers. I have green house plants out here. Most of them are cast off. They belong to my son, and they're ones that he has a couple of, so I wind up with some myself. Okay, what color are we going to do this one? And we didn't get to use the green. I went the green this time. Yeah. Nope. This one for sure is the green. Good. Now, you see where I brought that around and I took that green on. There's 18 beads here. 18 beads here. Then I put the green through both of them to bring it together. Now I run both of these wires up through the bottom of the bead cover. Remember to open your bead cover up all the way. Your crimp cover, open it up all the way. Your clamp, this is a clamshell, the other one's a half shell. And then you want to take your crimp. I use 2mm crimps and slide it on both. See how it wants to come up? That's where you're going to take this and put it on each side of that crimp. Push it down there. And then squish your crimp all the way. You do not have to double it back around because this is not going to have anything pulling on it or any weight bearing put on it. Then close this back up. I like to use this tool to seat that. It always works very well for me. See that? Perfect. Now, let's do another. I think those two are going to go more or less together. Let's do another. And we're going to put 18 on here. One, two, 3, 4. If you touch on the side, it should 6. It should flip. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 18. And let's go back and check to make sure. 4, 8, 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Let's try one more. Count again. 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 8, 12, 16, 18. Okay. Green. It's that green. Your. Now your clam crimp cover. You get both wires in there. And then your crimp itself. I have my crimps sitting back so I don't accidentally hit them and knock them over. Gentle rain. Such a gentle rain. That's the reason why it was getting gloomy. They say it rains every day somewhere in Florida at 3 o'clock. My first year here, it rained every day. Right here at 3 o'clock. I was amazed. Till I got a job and had to drive in it. Then I wasn't amazed anymore. Because it comes on very, very fast. I can see if I can save that and pull that up. Oh, thank goodness it did. Now I can crimp it the rest of the way. All right. Thank you for that leadway. Perfect. So here are these two, and here are these two. And you know, I think those turned out pretty well, to be honest. So I'm going to go on to make some more, and we'll just talk some more. If you gotta leave, I understand. But it's a beautiful Wednesday evening. I'm sitting outside listening to the general rain, the winds, and the chime. And I'm just creating earrings. Two. And so it goes. I think I like it better when we do it this way. Yeah, it's kind of relaxing. So I like inspiration cards. I just like how they give you a thought, something to think about, something to reflect on. Like the one we got tonight, Origins, and it talks about our roots. You know, from time to time, we have to remember where we came from, because all of that helps make us who we are. We can change our direction, but we can't change our origin. I suppose you could reinvent one if you wanted to, but I don't wish to reinvent mine because my people are from Ireland. I don't know much more, but that, I mean, I probably could get on Ancestry and search it out, which I know I won't do. But knowing that, that's my family's origin, Ireland. And then my great grandmother and my great great grandmother, or one of them, came here. And that's what I know. But I tell you what, when I get a bad sinus cold or something going on, you'll either you'll either think I am the most deepest southern talking person you ever met, or else um, the Irish lineage is there. When actually it's just when I get so stuffed up and stuff, it's just the way I talk. But it's quite funny. You'll get a word here or there that sounds like it has a pronunciation born elsewhere. You probably see I'm making a chain. And that is true. Because I thought if I just have a chain onto the wire, I can just make the earrings from there. I don't know how many pair I want to make. I know I'm not going to make as many as I did anklets. We watched TV for like 3 hours last night. We watched one show that we had been wanting to watch, which was like an hour. And then we watched a movie, and it was like 2 hours. And by the time I'm finished, those are what I have made. Just sitting there and doing this while I'm watching a movie, or more or less listening to it. The first movie I had already watched before. I had seen before, but it was a good one. The second one, I had seen it, but it was years ago, but it was really not my cup of tea, per se, as much as my husband's, so. And we have a rule. Um, our son's got a TV in his room, but the only other TV that belongs to him and I is in the living room. We only got one TV, and it's in the living room. And if you're going to watch TV, you're going to watch it together. At least Tim and I. We agreed upon that when we first got together 15 years ago. And honestly, that's how we want it. We take turns. There's a show I really, really want to watch, we'll watch it. There's a show he really want to watch, we'll watch it. And if a show comes on at the same time, well, whichever one goes to demand is the one who gets to watch it while it's on. Like if it's a Hallmark movie or something, I get to watch it then. And if there's a show he wants to watch and we know it will go to go on demand, then yeah. And most of his does because he's a history buff. Ancient aliens and the unexplained and all that. And that one with William Shatner, Mysteries of the Unexplained or something like that. He loves that show. Oops, I dropped it, but that's okay. I can recover it. So, you see what I'm doing here? I don't know if I'll make more earrings on this video or not. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know where this is leading. I just know I'm just beading. Beading and talking. Ooh, I tell you what you tip. Tell you a beading tip. When you're working with the elastic stretchy cord, stretch it out first before you start to bead. Because if you don't, after you get your beads on and you wear it, it will stretch for you. So give it a good tug before you go to bead on it. And use your bead wire just like a needle. See, I couldn't do these earrings on that thread. I just couldn't. I have to have more of a control factor. And that is exactly what bead wire gives me. See? Isn't that pretty? This is how I done my anklets last night. I just sit there and done it like this. And then when it got so long, I measured it. And when it said 10 inches, I clipped it. Put on the ends and went on to the next. I think I'm getting enough here. I want to make a couple more pair of earrings. Yeah, yeah, I do. So I'm going to count up 18 here. 4, 6, 8, 12, 16, 18. Right as rain, right as rain. Now let's clip this. Pink this time. Yeah, pink this time. That has no pink in it. So pink this time. Then the crimp. Ooh, that only one got on there. I'm glad I didn't release that. Now, are they both on there? Yes, but I need to make this even. Yeah, okay. Okay, okay. Ooh, gotcha. Okay. Now let's make an. Yeah, that's good. Let's make another. So what we have on here. 4, 8, 12, 16, 17, 18. Try again. Give myself enough to work with this time. Don't come off there. Try again. 4, 8, 12, 16, 18. Let's make sure. 4, 8, 12, 16, right there. There. And we used pink this time. Now let's put on the crimp. And when I got one, you got to get both. Good. Thought my little one was out here. Or my tie is out here, is what I go in. Okay. How many of these do I have? 1, 2. I only have 3 pair. 2, 3 pair. I might have enough to do 4, but wait a minute, I want to let him in. Go. Okay. Thought that was thunder. It was someone moving a garbage can. Joke on me. Okay, how many does this have? 4, 4, 4, and 4 plus 2 is 18. What color did I use? I have pink. Okay, so this is totally new. I'm going to use tan. No, I'm going to use blue. Blue's prettier. Then our crimp. You hear Ty barking in there. He's wanting something. Somebody had food out or something, and he's smelling it, and he thinks he should have got his share, but he doesn't get people food, and he's already been fed. I bet you my husband gives him a treat, and that's what he's waiting on. That's why, because his treats, we have to cut them up and put them in his bowl. Because as I said, he had periodontal disease, and we didn't know what was going on with him, but he quit. All he did was just lay and look into outer space, and we didn't know what was going on. He had gone into the vet and gotten his shots and all. We had no clue. Oh, I can tell you, I thought I was. Yeah, I lost that. I can tell you, I thought I was the worst pet um, parent. And then he went back to his groomer. Now, mind you, he'd been going to the groomer all along, too, so this is going on for a while. He had this horrible smell, and the vet we was under wasn't telling us anything it was. So they told us, we said to him, we don't know if you're using something on him or what, but the smell coming off this dog is horrible. She goes, oh no, that's his breath. And I went, it's what? So then he went to the VGA Animal Hospital, and they found it, x-ray, they found it, periodontal disease. He's 12 years old. They ran all kinds of tests. He was perfect candidate. Comes back $2,000. I didn't hesitate a second. Do it. And we did it. And now, I couldn't understand it because how does this happen? He wasn't never neglected. Never. And they said it's just in them small dogs, it starts under the gums, and you may never know it. So he's good now. 5, 8, 12, 16, 17, 18, right there. Count again to make sure. 4 and 4 and 4, 4 and 2. Yeah. I guess this is the last one. This will make 5 pairs. So then we'll put them on the. Now you hear the crows and that. I love where I live. I get nature's music all around me. And we'll use blue on these ones, right? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. No, that's right. So the flea market is kind of slow right now. But I told you I had my own building, and then I have a back room, a separated back room. And I had rented that out to a Ricky master, but things started going kind of like haywire for her, and she left. She moved out. So now I have got this beautiful sea foam. You see these greens? that color green room. Absolutely beautiful. Now I'm thinking, what am I going to do with this? Because my store is pretty good size. It's big enough for a low maintenance physical store. It's big enough. So I'm thinking, what am I going to do with this beautiful room? And then it hit me. Someone came to me and said, all the jewelry you make, why not a little jewelry boutique? You can keep the jewelry out of the store, keep the store to spiritual, and then have the little beaded jewelry boutique in the back. And guess what? I'm sold. Is this going to happen overnight? No, ma'am. Is it going to happen? Yes, ma'am. You know that's right. It's just going to take me a little bit to get it there. But guess what? I am semi-retired. The reason why I say semi is because my job is my store. Okay. So we got these. And I think was there some over here? Oh. Blue. Pink. Green. Okay, blue, green, pink. I'm good. We've got 4 pair to do. And you know what? I am good with that. And with the 2 I done earlier, that's 6 pair. And that's a good start. And the rest I will make off camera. You know what? I haven't visited in a while. Do you remember my favorite radical mix that I keep wrapped up? I think I might be visiting that one again. I know I'm going to be visiting that one again. Got an empty thing here. Come on, darlings, get in there. Thank you. Perfect. That bird sounded like it was getting ready to croak. I don't think any of those ones belong here on this one. I know you don't belong here. So I will set you aside until I get to that one. Yeah. So with these, I just turn them up, kick this out a little bit up here, and then bring it back. And that's it. That's good. Let's do this again. Have your hook up towards heaven. Just touch down here to bend it out. You don't have to do the whole thing and throw it out of alignment. and then just pull that back in. Sometimes I like to just give it a little squeeze to make sure it's seated. So I'll show you how I do that again. You see this? I just grab up here and push out. I don't grab like this. That makes it go out of alignment. Then I slide this on. I come back up here and pull it back in. Then I like to just give it a little squish to make sure it's in alignment. Oh, the bad dog's out. No, there's no such thing as a bad dog. It is the owner, and the owner doesn't train it. So the dog barks nonstop and it charges at the fence at people. And that's all because of lack of training. And my dog goes outside, who is well behaved and is trained, goes outside and looks at that dog and thinks it's the most stupid thing it's ever seen because it don't listen. And it barks and barks and barks all the time, nonstop. And she just lets it. I think it's a disservice to your dog. It's not the dog's fault. It's not properly trained. It is the owner. So what I meant to say, there's no such thing as a bad dog. It's a bad owner. Because the dog is not trained. So it's not the dog's fault. The only time my tie does not stay is if his true owner's in the kitchen and has got food. Then he'll run to him each and every time, no matter how much I tell him to stay. I take care of Ty, but he was actually gotten for my son when he was young. And now my son is grown, and now he still loves Ty to death, but Ty just, yeah, he doesn't hang on Ty like he used to. And Ty has gotten older and, has generated more towards all of us. So we just made 5 pair. Look at these beautiful earrings that we just created. And I know who goes with who. Don't that look like that's so much bigger than this one? I gotta count those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I guess there's some fatter ones over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. They're right. So go figure. But I like to be sure. These are so pretty. I have that yellow dress, and I have that yellow top. That top that's got the yellow. Actually, I think it would have more blue in it. So I might create a blue like this for myself. I don't know. I'll look at them and just see. So here are the 5 pair we just made, and here are the 2 we made earlier. These are the designed ones. But be honest, I like these ones better. I don't think these needed to be designed. Not to match the anklet, not for summer fun. And then these, my darling, are the anklets. How many did we make? I make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 5 pairs of earrings and 22 bracelets. And I know when we sit and watch TV tonight and I want to work on earrings, I know I'll kick some more of these out. I don't think I want to make them into chokers. I think they're just going to be in earrings and anklets. But what do you think? Aren't those just so beautiful? Hey, I want to thank you for joining me today on mhm. Nope, that's not it. I want to thank you for joining me today on my beautiful bead journey. I can't tell you how much I enjoyed having you here. Really can't make any more of them right now. And then these go, not there. Okay. I think I'm losing it. I am not. It's over here. This one goes two down. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Oh, these. I dumped them out, didn't I? I think I used the thing for something else. I did. Going to have to find some other place to put them now. Yeah, because I can't. Well, this here has just a couple of onion things in it, so I'm just going to put them in there. Yes, that works. Get in there. I have to fill that back up too. So these, let me tell you something. And this is my opinion. These came off Amazon. They're supposed to be hyperallergenic. Most of the people that purchases my earrings and wears them never complains. But I have had one, two that say that they did bother their ears. But I sell earrings that I've made every weekend, quite a few pair. And out of all this time, only two said that these bother their ears. They're supposed to be hyperallergenic. So if you do get these from Walmart, just be aware that there still may be one or two who might have a reaction to the metal. But yeah, I never have. And like I said, 99.98. So 99.98% of the people who buy my earrings has not had a problem with these, and two has. So I just wanted to share that, don't want anyone to have a hard time. So there are the earrings, and here are the anklets. Here is my oracle cards. One deck of them. Boy, I really put this deck to the ringer. You don't know how long I've had this, and I've used it. Used to close so nicely. Doesn't anymore. See? That's okay. I still love the deck, and I will still use it. Whispering Woods, Enchanted Secrets from the Forest by Jessica Lee. I love them. So there you go. If you will, please interact with my video. Like, subscribe, comment, share, and notify. Yeah. And remember, tomorrow's a brand new day, my friend. So whatever you're going through, hold on. You get to begin again. It's a fresh start. With much love and gratitude, please stay forever magical. And as always, blessed be.